Well, thanks, Steve. You know, that's right. Wyoming is only really known for two things: wind and snow. Well, one of those is definitely welcome, as much of the West is still waiting for that first big snowfall. Here, there is no waiting. Highway 287 heads northwest from Interstate 80 in the southern end of Wyoming, cutting through small towns awash in white after a good snowstorm. The Continental Divide is on display here like few other places in the West. An impressive sight that hints at adventures undefined and unimagined. On its way toward Yellowstone National Park, the highway snakes through the Teton National Forest, on the border with the Gros Ventre Wilderness Area. Here, on the footsteps of Yellowstone, the world has a uniqueness that is difficult to put into words.
I've always said that this is one of the most varied kind of landscapes because kind of to the east of DuBois, the town that's near here, there's kind of a badlands sort of area. There's a wilderness area, there's a lot of forest. It's varied and it's very remote. There's actually 2 wildernesses on this district even. I talked to our forest biologist and she was saying it's one of the most intact ecosystems in the United States, partly because of all the forests that are nearby, the national park, and then additionally the wildernesses that we have in this area.
While the wilderness area is difficult to enter during the winter, the adjacent forest lands are open to every type of winter revelry imaginable, from family sledding to the canine variety. These bowls and meadows become that much more impressive when you take into consideration that much of the West is still fairly dry this January.
It's so easy to get a hold of snowshoes, cross-country skis, and do some of that, kind of athletic stuff out there. There's a lot of snowmobiling. Snowmobiling is a really big sport out in this area.
The Continental Divide snowmobile trail system has been named as the #1 or #2 snowmobile trail system in the western United States for years and years and years. And once you're on that trail system, you literally have thousands of miles of groomed trails, open meadow riding, mountain riding, boondocking. It's just, there's something here for everybody.
That's actually a nice thing about coming here. If you have someone who's a novice or beginner, or you're taking out the family, you can run up and down the trails. If you want a little bit more challenge, you can drop off the trails into these open meadows and fields like we did today, or go high mark and climb some steep stuff. It's got it all. It's a great place to ride.
2-3 hours, you're really getting the hang of it, and you're doing good. When we came home, we were coming home 30, 35 miles an hour all the way home and having a good time.
As a snowmobile guide in the DuBois area, Jim Moulton knows a thing or two about the trails and snow quality here. Today, he's leading a group from the Triangle Sea Ranch, a resort right off the highway. The lodge connects with a trail system that can take riders from here all the way to Yellowstone.
I've ridden in a lot of places in the United States. I've ridden a little in Utah years ago. I've ridden in Montana and Yellowstone, and I think the Continental Divide is as good a place a guy can ride. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place, and it's a great place to get away from people too. We got so much riding that, the parking lot may be full, but you can ride all day and hardly ever run into anybody.
Even in what is one of the least populated states in the Union, there are plenty of places to stay in this section of Wyoming. Ranches like the Triangle Sea offer comfortable accommodations in a cowboy style, or small towns like DuBois or Lander give visitors a taste of Americana that can be hard to find in our digital 21st century world.
It's unique and remote. Of course, if you were coming out for the shopping, you might be a little disappointed. There's a lot of small shops, things like that. If you really like, the kind of, historic, small town sort of atmosphere, very relaxed, this would be a good place.
Wind and snow can be a bitter combination, but lucky for us, Wyoming knows how to put the two together in a way that creates the perfect winter destination. While the snowflakes have been a bit shy this year, you can still find a winter wonderland if you know where to look.
Good scenery, good views, good people.
It's a striking area. We've got the Ozarkas up here at the Pinnacles and Brooks Mountain, kind of the east side of Yellowstone. And then we have Lava Mountain on our other side. And it's a strikingly beautiful area. If you've never had a chance to visit this part of Wyoming, it's definitely worth the trip.
So don't lament the snow that hasn't fallen yet. Enjoy what has. For At Your Leisure, I'm Terry Wood.